right. Welcome, Fifth Community, to the Sunday Sit and Stretch. We're going to be doing a lot of sitting stretches with a chair. Now, there's going to be some times where we're going to be standing up, but don't worry about it. It won't be anything too intense. It'll just be a different way that you can be able to stretch and do yoga poses with a chair. So, you see my chair in the background? I got my water and my BCAAs. And BCAAs are just branched chain amino acids that you use to help to recover during a workout. And then you can also use it but primarily during the workout and then after the workout. And today's my off day, but I like to go ahead and put those BCAAs in my body. And as always, water is always going to be an essence of life. So I always drink at least a gallon of water or half my body weight in ounces. And it's just going to be the minimum. You know, some people say to drink 50 to 75% of your body weight in ounces. It just depends on you. So without further ado, we're about to go ahead and begin. All right, and here we go. So if you have a towel, I suggest you to get a towel. You may also use a sock if you want to, because there's going to be some stretches that we're going to need either one of these in. Make sure. All right. And as always, make sure that you keep some water with you. So you're going to go ahead and continue on. So you're going to do an arm stretch. You're going to swing one arm across your other side of the body, then hold it at the elbow, so then you're able to still bend right here. And then the reason why we are doing these poses is because a lot of times we are sitting in our chairs and we're becoming less limber as a result. So we're just working on our flexibility and being able to improve our posture while we are sitting. You're going to switch. So you're going to swing, switch, and catch that elbow. Push on up. If you want to. Do that for sides like this. You're really just focusing on your breath. Your next exhale, you want to release. And come on out. Just my watch. Alright. So from here, we're going to get that sock or that rag that I was just talking about. Hold to my ankle. And what you'll do is you'll see if you can reach under your armpit, reach over your shoulder, and see if you can connect your hands. If not, that's where the rag is going to come in hand. I'll toss it right there. And then hold it. And then be able to pull up on me. So you're going to pull up on me. And if you don't have enough gas to get to the house, to get to the crib, you know, we're gonna make sure you get there. You're going to arrive safely. And with all of the stretches, you want to have your back to be erect in a straight position. So you're going to be pulling your shoulders back to open up your chest to get into the correct sitting posture. With all the stretches, you're going to take deep breaths in and out. And exhale and release. You're just going to give it to your bottom arm See if you can reach under and over and grab your hands. If not, there's a gap. Again, you're going to drop your hand to line. You want to try and get as close as you can to your hand. Now stretch. Just focus on your breath as you inhale in. Pull your shoulder blades back. Then exhale and release. Inhale in. We have 2 more cycles of breathing. And exhale out. And you can release. You can put the scars away momentarily. All right. From here, you're just going to hug and release. Hug and release. I'm going to alternate the hand that's on top. As we go through. All right, next time that we hug, I'm gonna hold it. So release, hug and hold. From here, I'm gonna hold your elbow with your hand, then move it up. Then you're just gonna bend it off to the side. Touch your other shoulder blade. So it'll look like this. So these are easily some stretches that you're gonna be doing if you're in the office, if you work from home, or if you work in front of the youth. And then this is going to help to stretch your tricep muscle. It's the muscle right here. It's also going to stretch your rear delt and your side delt as well. So you get a deeper stretch. Let's flip this back up. And just continue to stretch. Make sure that you're focusing on your breath as you inhale in and out. On your next exhale, you're going to release. And we're going to switch arms. Give you a better angle. I'm just going to turn backwards. So you're going to inhale up. Then bend that elbow. Just hold your elbow. And right here. So you want to touch your opposite side shoulder blade. You're going to stretch. You can also feel free to extend your arm and come back. Just be wary that you're going to come out of position. So you can just take deep breaths in and out. And as always, You want to keep your back nice and erect by pulling your shoulder blades back. So throughout, you're always going to focus in on your posture. Deep breaths in and out. Some more breaths. And exhale out. Good job. All right. What I'm about to do is cross-legged figure 4. So you stretch out our legs a little bit. You're just going to cross one leg on top of the other into a figure 4. So you're gonna make a 4 on top right here. Just going to loosen up your glutes. So your bottom ever gets sore while you are sitting down, this will definitely rush some blood onto your glutes. And you may want to do this, follow this up with a standing stretch, which you're going to do afterwards. So again, just focus on the stretch in your glutes. You can hold your heel towards the bottom and you really just, like a seesaw, push up your heel. And then you can slightly push down on your knee, change the angle. You can also lean forward to deepen the stretch. So this is somewhat of a form of pigeon pose, which you can do on the ground. So just right here. And right here, really round your back. And you can stretch your erector spinae. That's the lower part of your spine and also the mid portion of your back. And just really focus in on your breath. Relax your facial muscles. Just real deep breaths in and exhale out. On your next exhale, we're going to switch. So if your left leg was up, you want to switch it to your right leg. And then feel free at any time to drink water while we're doing this. And what you may realize is that your next leg is going to start off tight, but it will loosen up just like the other one. And really one leg is generally going to be a little bit tighter than your other leg. Hold on momentarily. Just stay in position. I just had to turn off the heat from coming on because it is getting a little bit hot in here. I wore this sweater purposely because therapy does matter. So I'm feeling more of a sciatic pain, and it's like a shooting pain. So I'm not gonna stretch it deeply. So I just know that I need to stretch this leg more so than the other leg. So just deep breaths in and out. Round the neck, round your back. And then you can always slide your feet forward. You can just kind of like grip the floor with your toes and slide forward. So deep breaths in and out. And you'll realize as you continue to stay in the stretch, you're going to feel more of the blood flowing through to your glutes. Then take advantage of this by increasing the stretch. And you do that by getting closer and closer to your ankle. So with every exhale, you want to deepen the stretch. On your next exhale, you're going to release. And release out of it. All right. From here, let me change the music. There might it. It's the same playlist. All right, so we're going to do a standing stretch now. Incorporating the chair. So you're going to be on your elbows and knees. It's going to be a dolphin position. So just take a deep breath in. And again, pull your shoulders back. Deep breath in. Sunrise your arms up. Exhale out. Inhale in. And this time we're going to reach forward, hands onto the chair. And what you're going to do, you're going to put your elbows onto the chair. You're just going to stretch the lumbar spine. So you be right here. You're just going to stretch your traps, your rear deltoids, rhomboids. It's the middle intersection of your back. And also your lats. So just inhale in and out. And instead of going to dolphin, I really went into a downward facing dog as I extended my arms. So just different variations that you can do. So again, deep breaths in and out. Dolphin pose now. So elbows on the chair, you can hold your hands together, interlock them like so. And then you're going to extend your shoulders. Stay right here. So this is going to put more of an emphasis on your upper back. You're going to come out. lightly move into a variation of upward facing dog. So you're just going to hold the edges of the chair. You're just going to lean forward. And look up. So just have your hands in front of the chair. Extend your arms and exhale out. We're going to go to child's pose variation. So just move your hips to your heels and open up your knees just slightly. And this is a variation of child's pose, incorporating the chair. So it's more of a high angle child's pose. And exhale out into upward facing dog. Really push your hips forward. And exhale out. Child's pose or elevated child's pose. We'll do 2 cycles of breathing. And rotate. There's 2. Exhale. On the next exhale, you're going to release out. Child's pose. On the next exhale, you're going to bend at your elbows. So on your next exhalation, all right, bend at your elbows. Exhale, you're going to extend your arms. One more time. Exhale. Just going to move to a standing position. Exhale, come up. Actually, we're going to stay right here and do that. We'll stand up. So you are facing your chair. Now you're going to have your chair face away from you. To an elevated position to where you're doing these at a higher degree. So hands right here. Then walk your feet back and get to like a 90-degree angle. So you need to walk a little bit forward so you can get 90 degrees. Go ahead and do so. Lifting your back. So when you do sit down, you'll be able to increase your posture. Next exhale, you can release and stand up. And I'm going to do a reverse swan dive up. And so I set my arms down. So with the yoga, at any time, we'll just go over like the brief history of human beings, which you all are very familiar with. We started off as a hunting gathering society. So when we were wanting to sit down, we didn't have such chairs and such luxuries. In order to sit down, this is our natural sitting position. So if you ever notice how newborns, well, I can't say newborns, but like toddlers, when they're ready to walk and roll, they'll start walking around. And then if they ever fall or stumble or they come to a stop, usually they come down into this position. This is our natural sitting position. But as we've evolved over time and become more and more industrialized, we can do more with less. And what I mean by that is we don't have to exercise as much to get to have the same level of living that they had to do in the past. So we can have a lot more by doing less. And in doing so, we needed technology like a chair in order to be able to better focus and do different things that we do. So with the fifth community, and it stands for Forever Fit, for Infinite Fit, teaching health is all about spreading awareness of health. And it's not just me that's teaching, but it's also other people that are teaching, because this is a vicarious learning experience, and the best education is bilateral education. So it's not just me teaching and inspiring, I'm also being inspired by other people and the knowledge and the history that they have gone through. So this history of people as we go on from nomads to, I don't even know what we want to call ourselves now, because everything's becoming more and more digitized, especially with Elon Musk saying that we'll be able to get to the point to where we'll be able to put the minds of humans into computer chips. So if they're saying it already, they are already planning on doing it. So after you've gone through those stretches, I want you to go ahead and do a posture check. Just do an inhale in. Pull your shoulder blades up and back. And keep your shoulder blades here. You're going to do 2 cycles of breathing. So you should feel more and more comfortable in this position. All right, so we're going to do some more twisting poses, some of the more challenging poses I suggest. All right, so we've already done the arm cross, the figure fours. Now we're going to do a seated spinal twist. So you're just going to take your arm, reach it across your body. You're just going to pin it right here. Do a seated cross position. Every exhale, you want to release and go further, deeper into the stretch. If you get more and more into the stretch, you can also just do some head rolls. Sometimes just stop. Because you are lifting your spine. As you roll your head, you will feel different tension points. More cycles of breathing. Legs to the side. Release. Twist the other side. So have your elbow, cross and pan over. You use your top arm to hold the chair. As you exhale, you want to twist at your spine. Do 4 more cycles of breathing. And move out. All right, and exhale out. All right, so we're going to do spine check right now, posture check. Deep breath in. Exhale out. One more time. Exhale out. And what you'll realize as you do the twisted motion, you're going to increase the way your ability to be able to stretch. We're going to do this one more time, but then we're going to hold it. Okay. Doing so, it's like a twisted tree pose. However, we're going to do it on the chair. So elbow right here, arms out. Instead of holding your hand right here, we're going to move it on top right here. In yoga, this would be like a twisted half moon. But you would have one foot up in the air. If you feel comfortable, you can deepen that stretch. Well, actually, we're gonna stay right here because you're not gonna have enough stability. And 2 more breaths, we're going to switch. So this is a seated spinal twist. We're going to go into a reverse back bend after this. And exhale. We're going to switch over. So remember, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Go ahead and get your hand in prayer position. You can use the chair to get into a better twisted position. But afterwards, go ahead and hold the prayer. Got 2 more cycles of breathing. And release. We're going to do a reverse back arch. So what that's going to look like is you're going to arch your back going forward, and this is like the cow pose or the cat pose in yoga. You can also take your hands, extend them out, so you can really deepen your upper back stretch. If your arms are get tired, don't worry about it. Just really reach your elbows to go forward. And then sit up a little bit, and you can really deepen that stretch. So instead of pulling your shoulders back, you're going to allow them to go forward. breaths in and out. On your next exhale, actually on your next inhale, you're going to reverse your shoulders back. And this would be like a cow pose. You want to let that belly move forward, let shoulders come back. Deep breath out. Stay right here. Next time, you're going to go with the flow. As you exhale, you're going to arch your back, reverse. Back arch. Cat pose. Inhale. Cat. And with how you can move your arms, you can do it. You want to roll your shoulders going forward. And have your upper back come up. And exhale. Really popping your chest and belly down. And inhale to see the cat. And you can also take your hands, intercross them, and come out. And exhale. And relax. Come to neutral spine. And we're going to do the cross arm position. So it's like this. You have one arm twisted coming up. The other arm's going to swoop on top. And then now you're going to imagine that you're, I can't say diving in the pool because if you dive, you're going to go like this. But boom, here. And then exhale. Pull your shoulders forward. Collapsing your elbows over your ears. And then extend out. So it's going to be like this. And if you want a deeper stretch, you can just tilt forward. So I would suggest finding the spot that works best for you. So I feel more of a deeper stretch right here, so I'm going to stay right here. And really pull those shoulders going forward. On your next exhale, you're going to release. And we're going to switch. So inhale, arms up. And exhale. And go forward. And we are done. So that was by crossing your arms right here. It was activating like the one arm hug as we were doing earlier. So you should have felt the same stretch in your rear delt and also your upper back as you're going through the stretches. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick erector spinae check. And that's the lower part of your back. And really this is just a seated posture check. So shoulders back, inhale in, and exhale out. All right, so. All right, so as you're going through a lot of these different stretches, you should have felt one stretch in particular or two that you can definitely put in your pocketbook or your wallet and take it with you. So then the next time that you get in a position and that you're sitting down for a long period of time, you can definitely go ahead and utilize one of these stretches. Now, don't be worried about what other people will think. Who is they anyway? That's what Russell Westbrook said in that Mountain Dew commercial. Who is they? Who is they say. But just do what's best for you. And that's with anything that you do. Because you only lose to the rules that you set in the game that you have created in this game of life. So, that being said, I hope that y'all are doing extremely well and blessed. We're going to go ahead and continue on and do a couple more stretches and close this out. All right, so the pose that we just got done stretching and doing, we did the horizontal wrist and shoulder stretch. This one we were doing this, overlapping the hands and reaching forward. So you're going to be able to stretch out your shoulders, your wrist, and definitely your mid back or your rhomboids. We're going to go ahead and continue on this process. And now we're going to do a vertical wrist and shoulder stretch. So we did horizontal like this. Now we're going to reach up here. So you can interlock your hands here, or you can interlock your fingers, reach out, and go up. So whichever one that you prefer, we'll do both of them. On your next exhale, you can come out. We're gonna do a sunset out, exhale, sunset out. And now you're going to flip one, have it palm to palm, and inhale, hands up. Every inhale, with every exhale, you want to deepen the stretch. On the next exhale, you want to come out and release. All right, so between those two, find out which one that you should have found out which one you enjoy more. Just go into that one. Unless you want to push yourself, you can move into that. Because I feel like pushing myself, I'm going to go into, I don't even know what to call this hand position. But we're going to be in the vertical shoulder and wrist stretch. Cycles of breathing. In and out. Good job. Go and do some shoulder shrugs while you sit down. You can also, so you can have them both going back at the same time, or you can have one and followed by the other. Like you're doing the backstroke. And then you can reverse. And backwards. All right. From here, we're going to stretch our pectoral muscles. You can hold on to the chair right here. And really like scoot forward. Take a deep breath. To deepen the stretch. If you aren't getting much of a good stretch, like I'm not getting that much of a good stretch, see if I can put my hands right here and get a deeper stretch. That's not working. Just take one hand, just take one arm, up. And kind of like bend to one side. That way you can deepen that stretch right there. And you can kind of go from side to side. I'm gonna give you 3 options that you can choose. Actually 2 options. So this is option number 2. Well, actually 3 options. So this is the first one. If you cannot get a deep stretch as you would like, just have one arm here, and then you just bend to one side, pulling your chest forward. So you want to pull your chest and your shoulders forward. See, deep in that stretch. The third thing that you can do is place your arms on the chair right here. Palms facing down. And then you can deepen the stretch right here. So you can alter your hand position. Inhale, you want to pop your chest forward. So you should feel stretch all across your chest. And you're also going to stretch your biceps as well. So just choose which one works best for you. I prefer the one arm stretch. So that's what I'm going to revert back to. But again, it's all on you. So I got my one arm up, a twist, and one inhale. Inhale up, exhale forward. Exhale and release. And come out. All right, the final pose that we're going to do is reverse prayer hands. It's going to be one of the more difficult ones. And what it's going to look like is this. I'm going to drink some. I'm going to get some BCAAs in my life. It'll look like this. Then have your hands onto your back. You're going to have your palms facing one another. And it helps if you pull your shoulders back as you go up. So right here. Now this is as far as I can go. You may be able to go further. But this is definitely going to help unlock your back. You can do it sitting. Maybe easier if you do it standing. So as you exhale, just rock forward a little bit. Then inhale. Straighten up. And exhale. Boom. So we're going to do some windmills right now. So just like the name says, you're just going to swing your arms like windmills. Kind of like you're doing a backstroke. Loosen up. first. Hands onto your knees. And I'm going to do a posture check. All right. So thank y'all very much. All right. So thank you all for tapping in. We're going to end this with affirmations. Just want to make sure I don't forget any other poses. But we did go through them all. So just to go through a brief rundown of the different stretches that we did. If I neglect any, please forgive me. But we started off with a one-arm hug. Then we moved over to a figure four pose. We then went on to the ground, ish the ground. And we did, it was supposed to be dolphin pose at first, but we ended up doing the downward facing dog pose. And then we did dolphin, we did upward facing dog, and the variation onto the chair. From there, we were able to go into the seated twist pose, and then we did another variation going off to the side, right there. Trying to see if I'm missing anything else. We did the horizontal shoulder stretch. So that's when you're reaching forward. And then we did the vertical shoulder and wrist stretch by reaching up. So we were up here doing the vertical back and wrist stretch. And then the stretch right here was called the twisted spinal stretch. And then we did a reverse back arch by reaching forward right here. So we did a lot of different exercises, and then we finished it off with the reverse. I always forget what this one's called. The reverse prayer hands. And then the one that I could never recall earlier, where you're going right here, this is called the reverse cow hands. I don't know why it's called that, but it is. You just go with the ebbs and flows in life. But I hope that you're able to pick out at least 2 exercises that you can take alongside with you. So then if you're ever feeling tight while you're in the chair, you can always be able to do this. So these are called cow face arms. Again, I don't know why. So we're going to go to end this with words of affirmation, and the words of affirmations are I am statements. These are things that you are and that you are becoming. Because as you're transitioning from one phase of your life, from your old mind to your new mind, you want to have these affirmations to be able to guide you throughout your journey, to remind you of where you are going. And one thing that I enjoy doing that really helps me to grow and elevate is that the person I want to become, I ask myself, would the person, like would an organized person do this? And sometimes I don't like the answer, but it gives me pushing the needle forward. All right, so with the affirmations, just think of something, anything, and we'll just do 3 words of affirmations. And I'll give you about 15 seconds to talk yourself through. Let the muse guide you as you sit with your increased effort and posture. All right. So 3 words of affirmation. I am strong. I am organized. I am a millionaire. Right? So, 3 words of affirmations, and we're done. So, thank y'all for definitely tapping in for the fifth community, for the live workout, where we did the Sunday sit and stretch, where we did all the stretches incorporating a chair. So, thank y'all again for tapping in. As always, each one teach one for the next generation, because we are for infinite fit, teaching health. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.